cinema matinee. I ain't got $7.50 to pay.
Everybody now.
You remember the original Karate Kid with Ralph Macchio?
Sure.
And Pat Morita?
Yeah.
That movie just dealt with a bunch of douchebags who learned karate or kung fu or whatever kind of food they were learning from the local strip mall. And you got kind of the idea like, okay, some old janitor or handyman can teach me some kung fu himself and I could take on these guys.
Right.
Now we got the new Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Which stars the son of Will Smith, Jaden Smith.
Jaden, right.
And
because, you know what, that Smith family is not successful enough.
Unlike the first movie, which took place in America, Taraji P. Henson plays Jaden Smith's mom in this movie. She gets transferred for a job over in China.
Uh-huh.
Jaden Smith, the day he lands over in China, he's like, oh, this is cool because I'm already picking up the Chinese chicks. But the moment he starts like picking up this chick, somebody taps on his shoulder. He's like, yes. Well, pow! You know, it's the neighborhood bully. And this kid is scary. This kid must be about 12 years old. Chuck Norris would look at this mother and be like, hell no.
Yeah, Chinese kid of the perpetual scowl.
And then they decide to like, all right, you know what? You already crossed the line. We're going to make your life a living nightmare while you're here. Every time you see us, you're going to be running scared. If you've seen the original Karate Kid, this doesn't follow too much of a difference. He's getting his ass beat. It comes to a point where the handyman, played by Jackie Chan, he comes out, helps his kid and says, you know what? I'm going to teach you kung fu so that you can fight these other kids. You learn quickly that these kids, they ain't f***ing around. They are not born. They kung fu kick their way out the vagina. So it's like you ain't f***ing around these white kids who learn this from a strip mall. No, these kids in this movie, they are not children. They are weapons.
And that's part of the problem with the fantasy here. So he beats the greatest kids in China in less than a year? What is that?
It's insane. The fight scenes are so good. They bring you to realize the flaws in the fight scenes itself. Because the way that these little Chinese bullies are beating up Jaden Smith should be dead.
Yeah.
It really is brutal. The best parts of this movie are either when Jaden is getting his ass beat or when he's kicking ass at the tournament. In between there is not only is there a lack of fight scenes, but there's nothing here to make you believe that Jaden Smith is getting the adequate training that he needs.
A lot of this feels like it's really just self-promotion for Jaden Smith. Once he starts training, there's endless loving shots of his abdomen. I'm like, this is grossing me out
So it's
really
a kiddie
bad.
porn?
Well, he's not taking his dick out. I mean, I'm just saying, it's like, it's him.
Softcore.
At this point, he is a cute kid. He's got a great personality. You do like him. I mean, the movie.
He's not a bad actor.
No, and that kid looks so much like Will Smith.
And his voice even sounds
and
like it.
he has the same mannerisms.
That's nasty.
The movie is over 2 hours. It's way too long.
Way over 2
And there's a gap in that movie where it just disregards everything that is set up good in the beginning. It gets to a moment where they're like, oh yeah, we're supposed to show this kid doing some kind of kung fu, and they do the inevitable montage. But by that point, you get the sense like this has only been like a span of 2 weeks against kids who have trained their whole lives. And when he starts fighting this tournament, he starts flipping and grabbing people with his legs and then by the neck and turning them around. And Jackie Chan didn't teach him a bit of flipping. And let me tell you something. And only Jackie Chan can get away with beating up kids. Because Jackie Chan does that kind of kung fu or martial arts where you be fighting Jackie Chan. He really doesn't hit you. He has you beat up everybody else around you. He does that thing where he takes your hand and makes you slap somebody in the face. Man, Leon, they take you to the city of kung fu cliches where people don't do anything but pose in kung fu stances. Like there's one person with their legs spread on a wall. There's another person there fighting a cobra. There's another person that just folding out a fan for nothing.
So you make it sound like it just turned into Kung Fu Panda.
Everything that happens in the middle of this movie does not lead itself to any kind of believability, character development, or even story development. It's a rental. Why? To watch Jaden Smith get his ass beat and then flips the script and starts beating ass.
There's some cinematography that's gorgeous at points, but there's so much just beating around the bush. Who cares about all the shit going on? And the best I could possibly give this is a rental. I hate to admit it, but as a white person, I was like, what? He's black. Shouldn't he be like, hey, where can I get a gun?
That is true.
Trying to make it real.